Yo, rejection sucks. This job is full of rejection, without question. It is full of rejection. Um, I it is hard to keep the train moving when you think you do everything right. You say all the right things, you answer all the questions, you're knowledgeable, you're informative, you handle all the weird curveballs that are thrown at you, and then you wake up the next morning and it's gone. It's happened to me actually a couple times this week, which is just nuts. Like the other day, I had a long phone call with somebody, and I was not in any way, shape, or form. You guys, those of you watching, most of you I think should know me. And for if you're new, I'm not a salesy type of guy. I don't believe in being salesy. I'm not like, oh hey, if you just do no, that's not how I do things. I very much believe in being honest. I very much believe in being straightforward. I very much believe in being um, just kind of, hey, I'm here to provide information, be a resource. Like that's what I believe in being. I don't like the idea of convincing people to do things that they don't want to do. That's not how I see a lot of sales people be that kind of way, and that's just not something I've ever been able to do ever since I started selling shoes, 20 years ago almost, which is nuts. I'm getting old. Anyway, the other day I talked to these people, and man, like they had questions and stories, and they were telling me all this kind of stuff, and I was talking to them, and I wasn't being salesy. It wasn't my goal to even convert them. I just wanted to be a resource. And by the end of the conversation, they were like, hey, we really like you. What's this look like? Is this something could we potentially work together? And I was like, well, hey, listen, again, I'm not here to try and sell you. I'm not here to try and, convert you or flip you, but if this is something that you really want to explore, I'm open to it. I'm not going to say no. Hell, I'll never say no to new business. Um, and they're like, yeah, please look into this, and this, and get back with us. And I was like, all right, yeah, sure. And I woke up the next morning, and like the very first email I had in my inbox were these people saying, like, you know what, we're actually not. We have zero interest in doing this. We have zero interest in pursuing. And I was just so perplexed. I was like, where the hell did that come from? Where did this come from? Everything was good. We had a great conversation. We talked for 45 minutes or however long it was, forever in a day. And it was just straight cold. Just, I mean, you go from having this great conversation, meeting, having this great, pleasant conversation to being just total ice. Won't pick up the phone. I call them, and I wasn't calling them to be pushy. I was like, hey, I'm confused. What the hell is going on? Like, what happened? What's happening? And they nothing. And I emailed them. I was like, hey, I just want to make sure I didn't say anything to offend you. I didn't say anything to wrong you. And they're like, no, 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 no. You were great. You were awesome. Just we're just going to go a different direction. I wish that people would tell you why. I wish people would kind of have the gumption to talk to you and say, hey, we're going to change our mind, and here's why. Because that at least gives me information to kind of build off of. It gives me, and also it doesn't leave me wondering. Like I'm sitting here expecting, I don't know, the Kool-Aid man to come running through the wall, and he doesn't. I'm like, where the hell is the Kool-Aid man or something? I don't know a better. Can't think of a better analogy at this time. But it's just like what happened? That's the question that I'm asking. Is like, what happened? Why? What happened with the sudden change of heart? What happened with the sudden change of Did I offend you? Did I do something? Did you see something? At least let me know. But it happens. Rejection is part of the job, and you just kind of have to pick yourself up. But it is hard. It's hard to stay motivated, especially in this particular climate, in this particular arena, in this particular societal times, right? The economy sucks. The market sucks. You may not hear it, but it does. And to face all this rejection on a constant basis, it wears on people. It wears on me. I'm not going to lie. It 100% wears on me. So I just have to look inside, and I have to find a way to stay motivated. I'm working on finding a tried and true way of doing that. But it is not easy. It is not easy, and it's something that I struggle with, something that I am, again, working on all the time, all the time. It is some mornings you just are just beat to a pulp. The other morning I just didn't want to get up. The other morning, not like in like a super duper depressed way, but I was done. I was like, man, no matter what happens, no matter what I did everything right, and even though I did everything right, I still lost it. So, and that happened to me a couple times this week. So this is a hard week. This is a hard week. There's no doubt about it. This is a hard week. But I hope the coming weeks will be better. That's the plan. The plan is for the coming weeks to be better and to be more successful. I'm going to be on my P's and Q's. I'm going to sharpen my blade. I'm going to shine my shield. I'm just going to pick myself up and go out there and do what I got to do, because bills need to be paid and food needs to be on the table. But that's the reality of what it's like to be a real estate agent, is you face a lot of rejection, copious amounts of rejection. And you just have to keep picking yourself up, because this isn't like a profession where people just genuinely just come to you, right? It's a profession where you have to go seek people. And then when you find them and you're like, okay, hey, I have you in my hand. Now I have to really seal the deal and get you into the fold, get you into the hug. We're here in the bear hug, right? And you could still do all that. And once you're done, like once you even let them out, like, all right, I'm going to let you out just a little bit, and then we can like discuss more. They're gone. So that's that. We will strive on, and everything will be okay. And we're going to make some money. It's going to be good. Let's make it happen.